perfect time to record tonight because I started playing Final Fantasy X again. So now I have a chance to. I have to grind all the way back to where I got to the first time.
Oh,
which
fun!
Is more than halfway through the fucking game, and you can't skip cutscenes in 10.
Oof.
But I heard there was like an HD remake that allowed you to do that.
I'm playing that, and so far I have not been able to. But I'll press the buttons again and see if I missed one.
I hope so.
I hope so too, because 10's a long fucking game.
Yeah. So
Recap.
Long story short, everyone is dead.
Oh yeah, it's like Smash, but
Yep,
like dark.
that's shocking.
Everyone is dead.
The Kumakuras are involved in this case.
Really?
Oh,
Remember what I told you before? That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakuras?
Gotta figure out who this
Shoko
killer
also
is.
has a relationship with them.
Yeah, because we thought it was
You know
Iris, and
about
now
her
she's
dealings
dead,
with
and
the
so is
Kumakuras,
Ota.
right?
So basically,
which is
two
one of
the
many
victims are
outcomes.
linked to the Kumakuras.
Well, on this path, they
Must
remain
mean they're
alive in the other
involved
path.
somehow, right?
Not 2, 3.
3. Iris?
No, not that one. The boy.
What?
He came here
The
last
boy.
the
night.
Pokemon boy.
Ota?
Boy.
Yes, from Matsushita Diner. He's linked to the Kumakuras as well.
How?
Yeah, that's
That's...
The rumor.
Mama told me a similar story to Ibis about Sosajima in the Kabasaki district. The basic idea is this. 8 years ago, So sold his land in the Kabasaki district for $30 billion. Half a year later, an explosion at the chemical plant caused the land prices to drop drastically. So he bought back the land for $1 billion. Almost like he knew beforehand that the accident would happen. Did he blow it up or conspire to blow it up? No, that wouldn't make sense. So wouldn't gain anything from that. He would end up with $29 billion in cash and $1 billion in land. It's a net zero. But there's more to the story, apparently.
The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies. They of course look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts.
Because of course they are.
I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you. The KE followed in So's footsteps. They bought up land in Kabasaki.
That's a fun name. Kawasaki. Kawasaki.
Tell me more.
Now, back to So. Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kabasaki?
No.
So was the one who came up with it.
That's so overrated.
I was born and raised in Kabasaki. I remember the
Got 'em.
landscape of my childhood, and I loved it dearly.
It
But
seems
look
recorded.
at Kabasaki now.
Yes, look at it now.
I see images of the destruction on television. My heart aches like it's being chopped to pieces.
Sounds like a typical
But I
politician.
promise you,
Yeah.
It's almost like what you're.
I will revive
It's almost like what you're
Kabasaki
probably doing to your
district at
victims,
any
chopping their
cost.
hearts to pieces.
He's the killer.
Casino in
Finger him.
Kabasaki will give new
No.
life
He's too
to the
old.
city.
Too old and lazy.
After that, So moved fast. He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places. The bills passed, and it became an official
So he
government
talked a lot like he
initiative.
wanted the land back, and he waited until it was super
Decontamination
cheap to get it
efforts
back.
therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kabasaki district. At the moment, the area is still considered off limits.
And also, just a reminder,
However,
this
the
area
air
right
in
here is where the
Kawasaki
first
is
crime
currently
scene happened.
purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
If the plan goes smoothly, land prices in Kabasaki are going to skyrocket. And all that land is owned by the KE
So essentially,
and by So
insurance fraud.
himself.
Yep.
The land he bought back for $1 billion will be worth 10 times that soon.
He's involved in some shady business.
Why is that not surprising?
This is just another rumor, but the chemical plant
Rumor
exploding
has
was no
it.
accident. It was done intentionally.
I don't hear motorcycle
So,
noises,
Kumakuras
so it
in
can't be Persona 2.
But there's no hard evidence of that. It's just gossip.
It's not motorcycles now, it's cars.
What were we talking about again?
Ota and the Kumakuras.
And something
Oh,
about
right.
insurance fraud.
You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kabasaki district?
And
the
that
chemical
place is
plant
where Ota
explosion
lives.
made times hard. Foot traffic went down, sales declined. No wonder it closed down. Ota must hold a grudge. Someone caused that explosion. And if it was intentional, oh, he'd hate them even more.
Agreed.
You'd hate them even more.
That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
Oh, okay. Okay then.
Interesting. You know, I'm
We'll
gonna.
keep that.
What are you doing with that? Mama is polishing the dried bonito.
Oh, okay.
That, okay. I'm just gonna.
Oh, those pictures are still very interesting.
There's a poster on the wall. There's flyer. A flyer. Okay.
Thanks. Very descriptive.
Specials are written on the chalkboard. Picture on the wall. There's music playing over the radio.
No shit.
Refrigerator. Trying to see if I can get funny dialogue. There's a TV, nothing on it.
Barker. He doesn't say anything funny for any of the. He doesn't say anything funny. Or he doesn't say anything funny for the. What you call it? Any of the
The
glass bottles. I'm sorry. I don't know why I blanked out on that.
bottles on the counter. There are bottles lined up on the counter now, unfortunately. Alright, no funny dialogue. Oh well.
Right.
Thank
Oh,
you,
well.
Mama. I don't know if what you told me will lead to anything, but
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
That's not what I said.
no, he's very helpful.
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
Typical lady.
Alright.
Always takes things out of
Listen.
context and hears what they want to hear.
Back anytime?
Yeah. So we can't do the scans that we can do with other characters, yeah? Like tell if they're lying.
Oh,
We
get,
can,
like, the
but in that
full bio.
situation, it wasn't really necessary.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So where
Just what-
to next? We have the cold storage warehouse, which is the crime scene, Matsushita Diner, Date's house, and Iris's house.
Let's check out the crime scene first. Let's get our bearings.
Alright.
I keep hearing Date, and I keep thinking of the Yakuza character because there's an important character for Yakuza 1 and 2 named Date. I'm like, I'm fucked up on the names.
Man. I stepped
Such
into
a
the cold
typical
storage
Japanese-
warehouse. The air conditioning wasn't running, but it was still cold. The temperature hadn't raised much at all. Cold air sunk in my skin. The center
It's
of my body
cold
was
with the.
burning.
It was cold with the
my skin.
cold. Ew. It was cold with the souls of 2 dead children. Is that the same guy? Ask him for his name.
The inspector is doing his
Aw.
duties as usual. I can't ask his name.
I was like, what's your name? What's your name?
I'll just call him
it's just-
Kazuma. Good luck, Kazuma.
I checked this place.
Kazuma Kiryu. An unimportant character.
Great, didn't find
A
anything.
video camera and laptop.
Streaming equipment.
This is what the criminal used to stream.
Don't show that again.
All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them.
That is unfortunate.
Right here. Iris and Ota were.
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
Just before I arrived.
By the way,
3:30 in the morning.
no luck on cutscene skipping
And the cause of death.
yet.
Cause of death.
Right, about that.
Brutal.
Ota
I
had
don't
a
want to see that
stab wound
again.
from a kitchen knife in his side.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Ota's
Poor
cause of
kid.
death was odd compared
What
to
was the exact cause
what it
of
was
death?
supposed
He
to
did-
be.
he also
Was it
didn't lose an
knife
eye.
wound or-
Yeah, so this is a different MO than the serial killer.
I can conclude that the
Yeah.
knife wound
Well,
was at
either
least
that or he
close
got
to
in the
being
way,
fatal.
so it was just a circumstantial
Even if
kill.
Ota was
Yeah.
still alive on the
Maybe the victim. Well, because like Iris is a celebrity, so it's like,
If he weren't
and you know
already
the other two are well
we
known
would
in their
expect
field
to
of
see
work.
more
So it's like
signs
maybe
of
making an
struggle.
example of people that are well known or important. Maybe anyone else is just kind of in the way.
Yeah, and even then, this is the only situation that we know of where someone has gotten in the way.
Iris, the video
Don't
Right.
was
show
not a
that
recording.
again.
It
Why
was
is
a
it?
live in real time.
Which means Iris is
Fucked up, man.
3:20 a.m.
Yep. Let's see it one more time, guys.
Forklift. I don't see anything special about it.
Let's not. Let's not make this into Apollo Justice Case 3 where we
It
see
does
the
not
same thing
appear
over
to
and
be
over again.
functional.
Okay.
It has not been
Oof.
moved in some time.
You know what I mean.
No. It's hearing the same thing over and over again.
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Has it always been the left eye?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like Renju's
Those are
Like
the old
Data's left
one.
eye.
Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered.
Well, because the other one was the one they blamed Date for was the right eye, right?
Well, actually, no. That's the original Cyclops killings. Is the right eye missing
Yeah.
on all 4 victims?
Something that we thought we saw Date doing, though, right?
In the Somnium, we saw Date's reflection for some reason. A police officer.
Yeah.
An oil drum. Unlikely to be a clue. Shelves packed with cardboard box. I don't see any clues here.
There are only a few items on the shelf.
Thanks,
Is this
Iba.
warehouse not in use?
Cardboard box. There's a cardboard box on the floor. There's nothing in it. I checked.
No snake? Oh.
A wooden box on the shelf. It's empty. There's nothing particularly sus. Evidence marker. It's a little marker that's supposed to
Ew.
track evidence at the scene.
No duh.
Oh yeah, the workbench. Maybe Otto was trying to help
You
Iris
said the
jumping
word
the criminal.
sus.
Yeah, honestly, the funny thing about that is I still find suspicious to be an easier word to say than sus, but sus is a lot easier to type.
It's like it's become the new LOL. Fuck. Become the new LOL.
Yeah.
Where it's like it sounds stupid at first, but now it's just become the norm.
Yeah. Ndate is speculating how Otto was
why?
killed.
Why did the cult...
Let's go over the log. Maybe Otto was trying to help Iris jumping at the criminal. That led to a scuffle, and Otto ended up with a knife wound in his side. He lost all his power to fight back. He was forcibly put inside the costume, then finally cut open by the ice-cutting machine.
But put the costume on Ota.
Unknown.
Then why is a costume on him? Yeah, that's a good question. Their bodies are under autopsy. They aren't here anymore. Right here, Iris and Ota, yeah. Forklift. The tire and floor are covered with a layer of ice.
I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it.
Well, great.
I have done some research.
Mm-hmm.
As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras, the same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No,
It all
actually.
goes back to him.
Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju.
Oh, never mind.
The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious. Date, we should get moving. Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly. We will not find anything of importance here.
Yeah, you're right.
You can ask CSI.
So we've
to
basically
inform
gotten
you if we
everything.
find anything.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So let's see that scene one more time.
No. Let me know if you find anything.
Hey.
I let them know, then I left the
By the way-
warehouse.
No, I was gonna say. By the way, what's your name?
I wish that was a dialogue prompt, but I think it's a little too serious for
Yeah.
that. Wait, why are we not gone yet?
Look at those laser fucking grid ass tapes.
Such. Oh yeah, futuristic tape.
Yeah, that's cool. I saw a pewter.
He walked
Sorry,
up to me
it's
while I was
not
trying to
anybody.
work out the case.
No, just work
Hey,
it out.
Pokemon
I
gym
have
leader.
to talk to you about something.
Huh?
About the original Cyclops serial killings.
Oh.
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice.
Yeah, Pewter.
So,
My-
if I can help you...
My Pokemon trainers are
Why did
dead,
you
so they
say
can't
anything
finish my
about
Pokedex for me.
boss
He
was there.
seriously looks like a professor. Oh my gosh.
Couldn't speak openly.
I'm telling you, he is the Pokemon professor
So I
of this
decided
world.
To meet you here.
So that's why he's mad.
All right. Let's
Yeah.
hear it.
I never made that connection until now, but that's crazy.
Earlier,
His name is also
I told you
Pewter.
that I was completely certain the
As in Pewter
original
City?
Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes.
Maybe he was the original or descendant of the first gym leader.
I'm
I don't know.
absolutely certain the original
Yeah, him and Brock
Cyclops
have a
killer
lot in common,
would
you know,
not
like
have
skin
committed
tone.
These crimes.
He's just not as obsessed over ladies as he is.
Let me explain.
No, he's obsessed over murder.
I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer.
Oh.
Why, am I
Accurate
wrong?
to
What?
say killers.
More than
What?
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice. One of them was born a murderous psychopath. The other is Rohan Kumakura, the previous chairman of the Kumakuras.
Oh.
What?
So the guy who looks
They
like a
each had
murderer
role
was a
to play.
murderer.
The murderer committed the
Shocker.
homicide, and Rohan.
But there's
removed
also
the
another
eyeball.
one. Also, look at this. A hologram barrier. That kind of thing is cool. That's cool. Like that's awesome.
Yeah.
Why did it get
Right.
classified?
That I don't know.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value.
Oh.
I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
So, in other words, all
really
we
have
know
no
is that
idea.
they died.
If I did,
Rohan was one
I
of
would
them,
tell you.
and they all had their eyes removed.
Now Rohan.
18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye. She was already dead. He put his finger into her eye socket and
Ew.
gouged it out. The reason why
Oh,
was
boy.
simple. He was fascinated by women's eyes. Their
Oh.
beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them. He needed to have them, to make them his own.
Sounds like the mentality of a
Driven
killer.
by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye. From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women. He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman. But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge. His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years.
Repeat.
He soon met his ideal partner,
Oh.
the aforementioned psychopath.
Oh.
The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye. Thus, a mutually
And that's why it
beneficial
became
relationship
called the
was
Cyclops
established.
killings.
This was the origin
Oh.
of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same
We don't know the
time,
accomplice yet.
you were assigned
Yeah.
to Abyss.
Hmm.
He was born with a brain dysfunction.
Oh, it's a
About the
guy.
psych-
Damage
Psychopath.
to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust.
Ooh.
It is colloquially
So does
referred to
Oxycontin make it all come out at once?
Oxytocin.
It causes a
But,
tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress. It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
Huh. Great. That's another trick of the mind that's ruined for me now. Thanks.
He was unable to feel
just
love
like
in the
just
way-
like dopamine.
However, he was able to experience
Science, stop ruining my life.
Yeah, science. Stop teaching me things and ruining
To
everything.
feel satisfaction through other means.
So,
Due to the unique
he couldn't get
idiosyncrasies of his brain,
oxytocin,
He was able to
but
release
he
large amounts of
essentially
dopamine
replaced
and
it with other
endorphins
things.
by performing
Such as gouging women's eyes out.
No, by
was that?
murdering.
murder.
Murder. Yep.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of
Yep,
the brain.
spirit. Yep, there it is.
Pleasant
Dopamine.
feeling change
That's why they're a
is
psychopath.
dopamine. Endorphins
Pleasant-
are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull
Science.
pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing people?
Science.
Slightly more complicated than that. Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure.
Yikes.
He
Yep.
was 12 when he took his first life. That enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again.
See, when you're that young and you find something that gives you a shit ton of dopamine, you're gonna get addicted to it.
Yeah.
It's
The original Cyclops killer had
ripe development age.
Yep.
There were 2 Cyclops killers.
That's why it's like if you get. That's why more people who get addicted to drugs are people who started when they were kids, or like people who started smoking when they were kids.
Rohan committed
Yeah.
suicide by jumping
They
to
weren't
his death
mature
a
enough
year
to
ago.
process the dopamine.
That means...
Yeah, they essentially weren't old enough to
Here,
understand.
Tell me this.
This
One of the original killers
has
is
one
dead,
benefit,
I
but
know
it also has 5
That means
bad
one
bits because they
remains.
only see the good part.
Who is he?
Yeah, they only
After
feel
his
the good
fourth
part,
murder,
and
he
they want
was
more of it.
arrested by the
See,
police.
I was just teaching you about
They
that.
actually picked him up on other charges.
Oh,
But in any case, he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu prison.
Fuchu prison?
So he can't be the murderer this time.
What's
He's
his
stuck in
name?
prison.
In prison, he doesn't
Oh
have
yeah,
a
I got the
name.
water sword.
He is simply called Number 89.
Oh,
Number 89.
boy.
Here we go.
That's
More mystery.
I know who killed Shogunadami.
And that's the same person who called us in the car a while back.
So, now
Yeah.
you know why I said that. That the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. Because one is dead, and the other is behind bars.
So there must be a
Neither
third.
of them had the opportunity.
Plot twist.
Potentially. Computer looks grimly serious. Yeah, that's such a grim smile.
Yeah, yeah, not smug at all.
All right.
Where to next? Go to the diner or Date's or Iris's house.
Let's go to Iris's house. I feel like that'd be the next place to go next.
Probably. Gotta check on Hitomi.
Yeah. After we saw the crime scene, now we're gonna start talking to related people.
Yeah. When I visited the Sagan household, I found Hitomi with a hollow look in her eyes. She let me in and asked me to sit on the sofa.
There's the 20-year-old that's like nearly 40.
This is how Japan views old people.
The
I
heavy
guess.
silence weighed on both of us. Hitomi's sitting on
Well,
the
to be
sofa.
fair, Asian people are also another race of people that age pretty well naturally. So that makes sense.
It's a shoebox. Yes, let's rummage through her things.
Calendar, straight job.
Good job, Dante.
A bookshelf.
I can't face the woman needing some form of relief, so I'm just gonna look around the place.
Table put away. A picture. There's a drawing on the wall.
Oh,
Wonder what significance it has. Telephone in the corner. Flower.
In the language of flowers, the iris means good news and hope. When I saw the flowers this morning, I just knew something good would happen.
Oh boy.
Iris.
she's not meant to be dead. We're playing the wrong path.
Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together. Whether it was buying clothes or going to the movies.
I'm uncomfortable because this is sad. That was her daughter.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yay.
She would just hold
I'm
one of
pretty
my
sure
fingers.
that people that actually do
My
this
hand
for a
was too
living
small to
can
hold
say that
mine.
this part never gets
And it
easier.
was 2, then 3.
No.
And finally she could hold my hand.
Well, no, I mean, it's not going to because of that pure fact.
She left
But,
my
like,
hands all together.
Talking to a victim's relatives.
She
Yeah.
started crossing her
Yeah.
arms, being independent.
Being a homicide detective can't be mentally healthy.
well, I mean, it's like you gotta take a step away at some point.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Her memories are a part of this room. And always will be. When she was a baby,
Good piano, though.
she fell off that sofa and cried.
Well, yeah,
and
appropriate.
cried. One day she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table,
Howdy, kid.
stains on the cushions. Everything you see. It all holds a memory of her. But why? Oda was one of my students. I taught him in elementary school. I heard it from the police. Oda tried to help Iris and ended up... I don't know what to say.
I paint Oda as something less scummy later on. I just feel it.
Right.
Like, hey, surprise! He actually was a worthy
My
friend.
entire
of
focus is
ours.
on this case.
He was a dorky kid, but he
Anything
was
at all
there
I
till
can
the
tell
end.
you?
Yeah, that is
I
true.
don't know if this is important, but
No, please. Tell me.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before. The first time at the wedding, the second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
Prison?
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger. I visit them a few times a year. And by coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
Do you know who?
No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Which prison?
Fuchu Prison, in Tokyo.
Hmm.
Wow, like I almost hear the hand on chin going,
Sorry to
important.
I'll be going.
Understand this for later.
I mean, that's the second time that's been brought up in this part alone.
Right.
What
Aw.
to do? Thinking about her. Dante, please, you have to catch them.
Oh.
You heard that, Legon? You better not fail.
Yeah, you better not fuck up and let them die. Let more people die.
Yeah. I'll try not to.
Almost like how you let 2 people die.
Yeah. 2 young people.
Oh, now
Alright.
we can skip the place Ota lived at and Date's house and just go straight to the HQ.
Not yet. Let's check out the diner, I think.
Yeah, there might be something important there that we might be able to get for later.
Yeah, maybe.
Important
Gotta be-
info.
Gotta be thorough.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.